When your toddler does things like hitting, pushing, biting another child, or taking a toy, your instant reaction might be to force them to say sorry. While we as adults understand the importance of apologising and making amends when we wrong others, forcing toddlers to say sorry in these situations doesn't achieve what we assume it will. What you get from your toddler when you do this is a quick, flippant sorry. They're saying the word sorry, but they don't understand the real meaning behind it, or even why they have to say it at all. This is why forcing your child to say sorry doesn't teach them to be truly remorseful. There is a much more effective way to drive positive behavioural change in these situations, but it does come with some challenges with toddlers purely due to where they are at this stage of development. So let's talk more about that approach and how to navigate those challenges effectively. What we want to do is help your child recognise and care about how their actions affect others, rather than forcing an apology. This way, when your child does apologise, it's coming from a place of genuine understanding and remorse. For instance, if they hurt another child, the hope is for them to feel sorry because they can see the other child is in pain and try and make amends. Or if they break a friend's toy, to feel remorseful because their friend can't use that toy anymore. This sounds relatively simple, but it's not for your toddler. That's because when they're under 4 years of age, children are quite egocentric. They're in their world and they generally assume that everyone else sees, thinks, and feels exactly as they do. This is very typical at this stage of development, and as they grow, they'll start to realise that not everyone thinks and feels the same way they do. This recognition, known as theory of mind, is said to start developing at around the age of 4 or 5 years. Therefore, expecting a deep, meaningful apology before this age might be a bit much. Moreover, you can't force anyone, toddlers included, to feel a certain emotion, including empathy or compassion, which are the emotions that would make us want to say sorry. So rather than forcing a sorry, here's how you can approach it instead. The goal here is to help your toddler see how their actions affect others and guide them on how to fix things. Next time something happens where you feel an apology is warranted, start by drawing your toddler's attention to the other child's behaviour and pointing out how they may be feeling. For example, if your child pushes a girl down the slide and she gets upset, you could say, "See that little girl? She's crying because she's feeling sad." Doing this does a few important things. It keeps your toddler from feeling guilty or ashamed of their actions, making them more willing to try and fix things with the other child rather than getting upset or defensive. It also helps your toddler to notice and understand that the other child is feeling sad. This teaches them that other people have feelings too, and sometimes those feelings are different from their own. And lastly, it teaches them to recognise emotions like sadness or happiness in others, which is a crucial skill for developing empathy. Next, you want to help your toddler connect their actions to the other child's feelings. So you might add, "She's really sad because she got pushed." Finally, and most importantly, you want to encourage your toddler to make amends. So you might say, "She's really sad because she got pushed. Let's go see how we can help her feel better." Now, before I dive into why that final step is so important, I want to quickly mention that the words you use to help your toddler understand how their actions affect others matter. You need to make sure that you adjust your language to match your child's level of understanding. That's where the communication milestone chart comes in. I put together this free guide to show you what language skills you can expect from your child from their first birthday all the way up to 4 years of age. It will help you tailor your words and explanations in a way that your child can understand. To get your free copy, just click the link in the description below this video. Now, the reason this final step is so important is by actively involving your toddler in the process of making amends, whether it's through giving a simple hug, offering an ice pack, returning that toy that they took, or helping fix something that's broken, you're showing them how to make amends and teaching them to be a kind and caring person. And when they do these things, your toddler gets to experience how good it feels to be kind to others. This joy and satisfaction they get from being kind then motivates your toddler to keep being kind and to make amends on their own when it's needed in the future. Now, during these moments, it might be hard to get your toddler to cooperate and check in on the other child. This may be due to big emotions or just plain stubbornness. For example, just the other day, my 5-year-old became upset because his older sister and her friend wouldn't give him the toys they were playing with. Considering it wouldn't be fair to make my daughter give up her toys simply because her brother suddenly wanted them, I didn't make her. But I did try to get her to understand how he was feeling, and I pointed out that he was crying and clearly upset. I then suggested we go and see what we could do to make him feel better, which didn't involve handing over the toys. But she flat out refused, and trust me when I say she was not going to budge. In these moments when your toddler just won't check in on the other child, remember it's okay. I know it might feel a little bit embarrassing for you, as it always does for me, but developing empathy and the ability to see things from someone else's point of view takes time. It's important to be consistent even if they don't get it on the second, third or fourth try. They're still learning and you just need to keep working on it. So in these situations when persuading them just doesn't work, it's important to step in and model the behaviour yourself. So if we were to use that slide example again, you could approach the child and say something like, "I see you're sad. I'm sorry you got pushed. Is there anything we can do to help you feel better? Would you like an ice pack or something to drink?" By modelling empathetic behaviour yourself, you're building a strong base for your child's development. You're teaching them how to be kind individuals who recognise the impact of what they do and own up to their mistakes. This approach, which encourages genuine understanding and making amends, is far more meaningful than just having them say sorry without truly understanding why. Helping your toddler negotiate conflicts and make amends is just one of the many challenges that come with parenting a toddler. To help make your life with your toddler a little easier, make sure you watch this video next. In it, I share 4 of my best tips when parenting a toddler. Following these tips will help you manage challenging toddler behaviours, including reducing the frequency of tantrums, and also help make life with a toddler in the house a little less stressful.